watch this situation kind of escalate really quickly. We've seen potentially near 80-mile-per-hour winds with this storm being observed by radar here. The storm moving to the east at 35 miles per hour. Again, this storm is destructive for parts of Howard County and northern Anne Arundel County. All right. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Steve Sosno on WJZ and CBS News Baltimore. We have a very dangerous situation happening right now with our weather. That's why we're breaking in here in parts of Anne Arundel and Howard County. Live look from our harbor camera shows you severe thunderstorms, and like yesterday, we now have actually a destructive tag on one of our severe thunderstorm warnings. As we talked about yesterday, severe weather can come in many forms. This is the highest level of severe thunderstorm warning that they issue, meaning winds could gust over 80 miles per hour. So I'm going to do an update here to show you that warning. There you go. You can see for parts of Anne Arundel County, Howard County, Prince George's County, this is being called a destructive thunderstorm because winds on our radar have been observed at 80 to 85 miles per hour. And we've also seen reports now out of Montgomery County, Maryland, of wind gusts being observed over 70 miles per hour. So I'm going to put a tag and track on this storm moving east at 35 miles per hour. So if you know anybody in Anne Arundel County, northern Anne Arundel County, parts of Howard County, this is an extremely dangerous storm as it's moving toward the bay right now. Jessup, 440, lowest floor of your home, interior away from windows. A basement is preferable, but if you don't have one, a bathroom is good. Also put on your shoes. There could be some trees coming down, and also you got to treat this like tornado-like damage when you have a destructive tag. Severn, 447. 452 Glen Burnie, 5 o'clock Harold Harbor, Lakeshore 505. Lots of lightning happening with this storm as well. Again, we are breaking in for you because this is a high-end severe thunderstorm here with potential damage here moving into Anne Arundel County. I'm going to do a strike count to show you how many lightning strikes we have. The positive strikes are 10 times stronger than the negative strikes. And so those are the ones that are extremely dangerous as it moves off to the east. To just put into perspective, we also have severe thunderstorm warnings now, and I would say that a higher end warning is likely now in Baltimore County based on this strike count increasing. Central Baltimore County, let's kind of zoom in here to the storm system and show you what we've got. We are seeing the number of lightning strikes dramatically increasing, 131 in the last 15 minutes. This storm is exhibiting signs of winds potentially greater than 70 miles per hour. So a dangerous situation here in parts of Baltimore County here. I'm going to get a storm track for you because, again, a lot of these areas were hit extremely hard yesterday during these storms. Observed wind gust in Glen Echo of 61 miles per hour. That is in Montgomery County, Maryland. So we are seeing 60 to locally 80 mile per hour winds coming out of some of these storms. The storm up in this county is moving a little bit slower. So just to give you some ideas of what's going on here, Baltimore County, Baltimore City, Cecil, Harford, and Howard County severe thunderstorm warning for winds that could be gusting 60 to locally 70 miles per hour. This storm system is moving off to the east at, I believe, 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we are going to put a storm track on that as we get new information in here. So let's say it's moving at 20 miles per hour, a new storm cone here, and we'll give you a track of the speed and time for your neighborhood. So clearing off the warning cell and putting this on here. Moving off to the east, northeast, Edgewood 453, 523 in northeast, Elkton 541, 610 Christiana, 630 in Wilmington. So again, just to put this in perspective, we want to get you back to programming. Anne Arundel County, parts of Howard County, destructive 80 mile per hour winds. Also be alert in Baltimore County. We've seen signs of rotation with this storm. It's not out of the question that a tornado warning is issued here in the next half hour or so, depending on if this thunderstorm ramps up in intensity. So we'll get you back here to programming here this afternoon. Please stay safe and have the CBS News Baltimore app on your phone. We are pushing and live streaming on CBS News Baltimore here this afternoon. Stay safe. All right, it is 4:42 here on this Saturday afternoon. I'm CBS News Baltimore First Alert meteorologist Steve Sostin. Dangerous situation unfolding now. Parts of Anne Arundel County. We want to stay with you. Normally, we would just update you on the warnings and get you back to the stream here, but this is a situation that is different. This is a higher-end severe weather event, so we want to stay aggressive and on top of it for you. Severe thunderstorm warning with a destructive tag, which means tornado-like damage, is possible in parts of Anne Arundel, Howard, and Prince George's County here this afternoon. We are seeing winds gusting over 80 miles per hour in parts of this area. New severe thunderstorm warning with a considerable tag issued for parts of Anne Arundel, Howard, Montgomery, and Prince George's County. So we have multiple warnings here happening at the same time. So to give you a perspective, kind of reset you here because there is a lot happening here in the last few minutes in terms of updates. We have basically most of our viewing area that's not on the eastern shore under warning right now. So to recap it for you, a severe thunderstorm warning, this is the lower end warning. However, I have a feeling based on what I'm seeing on radar, this is going to be upgraded too soon based on the positive strike count. If you were with us last night, I explained that positive strikes are 10 times stronger than negative strikes. They are extremely powerful and a sign that a thunderstorm is rapidly intensifying. So based on the number of positive strikes that I'm seeing right now in parts of Hartford County, I would expect that this is going to be upgraded to a different type of severe thunderstorm warning shortly. But right now, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Cecil, Hartford, Howard counties under severe thunderstorm warning, being warned for winds of 60 miles per hour, but I would say 70 mile per hour winds possible. On the right-hand side of your screen, you are looking at a live image of the harbor camera from Baltimore City, looking off to, I believe, is that the east or the south image there of severe weather moving through another shelf cloud, eerily similar to last night here at this time, potentially delivering damaging winds across parts of Baltimore City. You can see the rain curtain also coming down here and a considerable amount of cloud-to-ground lightning. So the worst of these two storms right now are definitely in Anne Arundel and Howard County. I want to spend more time here because this is where we've seen the reports of some potentially damaging winds, destructive winds in excess of 80 miles per hour. I want to put an updated storm cone on this one, moving at 40 miles per hour. The most dangerous part of this storm system here, moving to the east and southeast. Notice how I kind of drew the cone a little bit outside of that red box. That's based on my latest radar analysis here. So the Weather Service is updating things, and I'm looking at things in real time here too. So based on my analysis of the radar here in real time, Southgate 450, Crofton 451. Lowest floor of your home away from windows is the way to go here. 502 Arnold and 509 in Annapolis. We are seeing potentially destructive winds. I want to go over to what we call our velocity mode real quickly. So I'm going to have to update this here through the warnings and move this over here. So our radar velocity, and this is a really good indicator because we have the radar right here. So this should give us some updated wind speeds. It looks like they may have ramped down just a bit, but we'll have to watch different parts of this thunderstorm here as the thunderstorm's literally on top of the radar here. So we are watching, again, multiple parts of this thunderstorm here with potentially damaging winds. Even in Baltimore City, winds potentially upwards of 40 miles per hour. There is a live look there of the harbor camera. That is looking toward the eastern shore. So that is capturing part of that nasty thunderstorm that is over Baltimore City right now. If we are not rolling on this camera, I would love to roll on this camera as well because this is a very nasty looking view. And we are seeing this thunderstorm pulse up quickly over the city. Again, that warning in effect here, let's get the warning time here because we have multiple ones going on here. This one is in effect until 5:45. So let's spend some time here with the warning in Baltimore County and Hartford County. This in Hartford County, again, is showing a lot of signs of intensification. Wrong tool. Let's get this up here and then do a real-time image of the lightning strikes here. We are looking at numerous lightning strikes here, almost 200 strikes here in the last 15 minutes or so. The positive strikes are dwarfing the negative strikes, which tells us that this storm has the potential of damaging winds and also the potential of some hailstones. Also, another nasty storm, northeastern Cecil County. This has popped up here in the last 15 or 20 minutes or so. So severe thunderstorm warning for areas of Cecil County, Hartford County, Baltimore County. I will give the all clear here. If you live in Towson, the worst is starting to end for you. Mount Washington, the worst is over for you. Owings Mills, Randallstown, Western Run, Cockeysville, the worst is over for you. We're only getting one round tonight, so this is it. We're done, thankfully. So, destructive tag continues here for this severe thunderstorm moving through Anne Arundel County. So, based on the radar scan image on the velocity mode, it looked a little weaker. However, based on the number of positive strikes that are happening with this storm, we need to continue to take it seriously, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. Let's just put another storm track on here. Again, I'm growing increasingly concerned for the southern part of this warning here, where you're seeing the strikes: Bowie 450, Lakeshore 458, 501 Arnold, 504 Annapolis, 514 Love Point. All right, so to reset us here real quickly, it is 4:48 Saturday afternoon. This is our last and final round of severe weather, but one that needs to be taken really seriously as we have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. One considerable warning here across parts of central and southern Anne Arundel County. Considerable meaning that winds are likely to gust in excess of 70 miles per hour. Radar is indicating winds of nearly 70 miles per hour over the district right now. So just to our south, the National Weather Service radar is indicating winds of nearly 70 miles per hour moving through downtown Washington, D.C. That part of the storm will also be moving into Anne Arundel County here in the next few minutes. Putting a storm track on these storms, moving east at 40, we have severe thunderstorm warning with the destructive tag for this part. So this means winds of over 80 miles per hour, potential tornado-like damage for areas of Southgate at 449, Pasadena 454, Arnold 502, getting close to Cape St. Clair, a highly recreational area on a Saturday afternoon. If you know anybody that's there, tell them to get inside a solid structure, a sturdy structure, and away from windows if possible. You don't want to be out on the water with winds nearly 80 miles per hour. Tidings on the bay 508. Severe thunderstorm warning again for this area here continues with a destructive tag. Considerable tag for parts of Anne Arundel and Howard counties continues. This is in effect here. Let me get the latest here. Warning time in effect through moving east at 35 miles per hour. Winds of 70 miles per hour possible with this storm here as it continues to move off to the east. And that storm, again, is pretty dangerous as well. I do want to get a storm track for that storm as well, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. Here's that warning for you. Anne Arundel County, the district, we're seeing Fairfax, Montgomery, Prince George's County, but this will also be moving into Anne Arundel County as well. Winds of 70 miles per hour possible with these storms. To give you an idea of how much lightning these storms are producing here within the last 15 minutes or so, this is like last night, upwards of almost 800 strikes now in the last 15 minutes or so. So this is an incredibly high amount of lightning, very dangerous here on a Saturday afternoon to be continuing here. Again, Eastern Hartford County, I'm concerned about you, and that is a nasty looking storm based on the positive strike count here. So I'm communicating with the National Weather Service in real time, so excuse me here. But again, Eastern Hartford County, we are looking at winds potentially over 70 miles per hour based on the radar data with lightning strikes increasing with this storm. So we are looking at, again, Eastern Hartford County, the most dangerous part of the storm, nearly 70 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm warning happening now for parts of Anne Arundel and Howard counties. This will be it. This is one line and done, but it is a nasty and dangerous line of storms. Again, Eastern Hartford County, very, very nasty storm here. Let's put a strike count on this. The reason why I'm spending more time on this is because based on what I'm seeing on radar, that is a very nasty looking storm. 200 strikes here in the last 15 minutes or so. Again, moving toward the upper part of Chesapeake Bay and eventually toward areas like Chesapeake City and Cecilton here over into areas of Cecil County. So that storm is moving off to the east at about 20 miles per hour. And if we could put up the side-by-side images again, that would be great, of the harbor camera, because that is really telling the story now of what's going on over Baltimore City right now. Yes, harbor camera. That is a very intense looking shot. There you go. You can see basically that rain curtain obscuring the city in real time right now. So severe thunderstorm warning continues now for Baltimore City, and based on that, that could be producing winds of upwards of 60 miles per hour. But if you look over on the left side of that image, you can see how basically part of the city has just disappeared that you normally see. That is the severe thunderstorm moving over this area. And again, 60 mile per hour winds. We're not quite seeing the amount of lightning that we were seeing yesterday in Baltimore City, which is good given the population, but this is still a dangerous storm. So you may not necessarily hear a lot of thunder with this, but the winds still may gust upwards of 60 miles per hour here with that storm here across areas of eastern Baltimore County. Again, severe thunderstorm warning continues now for Anne Arundel County. We still have a destructive tag on that storm, which means winds may gust of 80 miles per hour. We're treating this like a tornado because 80 mile per hour winds can cause tornado-like damage here and still a considerable amount of cloud to ground lightning. So there's the latest scan of the radar here. Looking for storm reports, near 70 mile per hour wind gust here in Germantown, Montgomery County. It's still early in the game. Severe weather reports probably will start to come in here. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect here through 9 o'clock this evening. That is for the potential of winds 70 to 80 miles per hour. Again, we've seen some areas of rotation in these storms. No tornado warnings, luckily, just yet. However, this afternoon, we have been outlooked for a low risk of tornadoes, so we do have to treat any of these storms to potentially deliver a tornado at any time. Severe thunderstorm timeline between 4 and 5 o'clock, so that's right now. These storms continue to move off to the east. By 5 o'clock, our eastern areas of the mainland, and then over Chesapeake Bay, and then between 5 and 6, the eastern shore. The good news is by 6 o'clock, many of these storms will be exiting the area, still dealing with some storms there in Talbot and Caroline County, and then things will start to ramp down here. So I'm just going to try to reset us here based on the radar image, and then we can return you to the stream. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue. Potentially considerable damage. We'll zoom in into the most dangerous storm right here in parts of Anne Arundel County. Storm moving at about 40 miles per hour. We'll put a latest storm track here, moving to the east at 40. I'm not getting any new information in here, so that's why I may return you to programming. Silver Hill, 459, 507 Annapolis, 519 Stevensville, 532 Deal, 545 Ruthsburg. Again, winds 70 to 80 miles per hour. You want to have everybody inside in a sturdy structure. You don't even really want to be in a car in this. I know the car is safer for the lightning, but given that the winds are gusting 70 to 80 miles per hour, it's even dangerous to be in a car. So if we get any new updates, we will be with you here. For now, we will return you back to CBS News Baltimore, but just know that if any new additional information comes out, we'll be here to update you. Stay safe.